Hi there, this is the Dubois Kolarov trap in the King's Gambit, and it's named after two players whom I'm unfamiliar with, but who played this line successfully with the black pieces. After e4 and e5, f4 the King's Gambit, black accepts. After knight f3, black plays the classical line with g5. White plays the provocative h4, prompting the g4 pawn push, hitting the knight, and now the knight jumps to e5. After knight f6 by black and bishop c4, black was targeting the pawn on e4, but white has ignored that and is hitting the pawn on f7. So d5 defends that. Now after e takes on d5, black plays bishop to d6, hitting the knight. Going back, obviously if bishop would have taken on d5, I think black would have quite happily exchanged. So e took on d5, bishop d6 hitting the knight, and d4 defends that knight. Black plays aggressively again with knight h5, and that knight is on the rim of the board, but it's ominously targeting that g3 square. Up till now though, it's still more or less equal, but the next move is losing for white, and it's a very trappy idea that black has played. Black has offered up now this pawn on g4 by moving the knight to h5. Why should white not snap it up? So after knight takes on g4, it's basically over. The knight does indeed jump into g3, hitting the rook on h1. Well, white here is losing in all variations, and white should in fact move the rook to g1 or f1, but they're also bad. Logical though is to try and keep h4 defended. So we'll look at this line, rook h2. Otherwise black's always got queen takes on h4. But now queen e7 is check. And if, let's have a look at one line, let's have a look at king d2. If the king moves to d2, then the knight can run into e4 check. If the king goes back to the e file, we're going to have some kind of nasty discovered check with this knight. So the king can run to d3, but that's going to allow simple tactics. Bishop takes on g4, hitting the queen, because after queen takes on g4, knight f2 is check and picking up the queen. So after queen e7, if instead king f2, then we've got this move hitting at the knight, h5. The knight doesn't have too many places to go to. If it runs to the only available flight square on e5, then black has a nice tactic to finish. Bishop takes on e5, because after d takes on e5, now queen c5 is check, and that's picking up the bishop on c4. So this has been the Dubois Kolarov trap in the King's Gambit. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.